The Yamaha DJX, the keyboard of my dreams when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. All right, so here we go. Here it is. Let's turn it on. There's basically a bunch of loops and the black keys here. Some effects on the white keys. And you can use cutoff and resonance. And the ribbon controller here, that's basically a turntable effect. You can. And yeah, so that's already a lot of fun, but what is this, the Yamaha DJX, and why do I have it here? As far as I know, it's from 1998, and I really remember seeing this in like the keyboard magazines, and of course it's like a mix of a home keyboard, a toy. It has the built-in speakers, and so it's very comparable to all the other Yamaha home keyboards that people had or still have, like Arranger keyboards, but it's a little special. It's oriented towards dance music, electronic music, so you have some real-time controls, which is I think one of the main features here, and all the voices and styles are really from this dance music category. I found this on Kleinanzeigen in Germany, and usually they go for around 100 euros or more, and sometimes I looked for it online, but I never bought it for that price because I'm not sure if it's worth that. And then I found this for 35 euros, which is Is it a toy or a real instrument? There are some videos on YouTube about it. There's even a bad gear episode on this, which usually indicates that a piece of equipment is not that bad. And so we'll have a look at it and find out if this is a toy or if you can make serious music with it. So in many ways, this is like a standard Arranger home keyboard. So you have voices and styles. And if I just turn off all the style functionality, we can just go through the voices. So you can use the real-time controls here. There are like two assignable knobs. There's this knob which is called assignable knob. I can, for example, assign this to reverb. And then there's the ribbon controller. You can use this like a mod wheel. Can use the ribbon controller to control the release. Well, these sounds are okay, but they're still very 90s plasticky home keyboard sounds, Rompler sounds. I like this one. Add some chorus. Oh, let me have that. Okay. This is interesting. So there are a lot of different arpeggio types. I think this is pretty cool. There are three effects. There is a reverb, a chorus, and a DSP. effect. And so it's easy to control the DSP or the chorus. But now if I want to change the effect, I have to go back into this big menu. And no, I really don't know. DSP type. So it's on distortion. I can look for a delay. Where is it? I don't know how this works. Maybe I have to read through this. Shit. So how can I change the time of the delay? Okay, now I get it. It's a little complicated, but you can. You can change the settings for each sound, and I can use the arpeggiator and also add some delay. Let's go back to maybe other sounds here. Let's go to analog bass. Okay. Let's go to scratch. Oh yeah. So, and then there's the styles, and you can basically use this like any other home arranger keyboard. So there's one more thing which is different from your usual home keyboard, or I don't know, probably the modern versions of those keyboards have this feature, but here it is, I think it was kind of new back in the 90s, so that's part control. So if I play, it's one of the styles in here, and I enable part control, now I can turn on and off the different parts of this. Just the percussion and snare, that's phrase 2, phrase 1, and the bass. And bring in the kick. Now you can select one of the parts, and the real-time controls will do their thing on this part. So if I go to phrase 2, I can use the filter on phrase 2. Now change, so I select the hi-hat, and now I can fun, but I don't know if it's really that useful. Pretty cool. One more time. Let's not forget about sampling. Of course, I could just record my voice and do funny Mickey Mousey stuff, but I want to try something different and sample my grandmother. Okay, so we go into sampling, and now we have these. Those are like the standard samples here, and I can. Sounds very thin, I don't know why. You can see here the level. And I think this is like the threshold. Yeah. Okay. So I go to press start, and then it's waiting for a signal to reach the threshold. And it works. I can sample another sound, maybe that's okay. Sample this, select key. I can use the filter on the sample, also on this. Cool. So I really don't want to copy the Bad Gear YouTube channel too much, but what he did was a jam using his Digitakt and the DJX. I kind of feel like I want to do this as well, so I'll go get the Digitakt and try to hook this up with via MIDI and use the Digitakt sequencer to sequence the sounds from the DJX. Okay, so it's 20 minutes later and we are in Nerdland. So can you see this? Oh, lists with sounds and MIDI implementation charts. Yes, you can play 16 different sounds at a time. And it works pretty well from the Digitakt. And what's more interesting is that you have some control over some of the parameters. And there's this sound controller. They just call it sound controller. It's control range 71 to 74. And that's where you can actually change those 4 parameters that we talked about before, like the cutoff, resonance, attack, and release. So if you have a sound like this, change cutoff, add resonance, and the attack and release, they are not that useful. Well, these are the effect depth parameters, and you can add reverb, chorus, and delay. And I can do this for 16 different sounds. I can also do this for these samples. You have 16 MIDI channels, and on each channel, so channel 5, for example, we have to, so this sends MIDI into the keyboard on channel 5, and we have to tell him which sound to play. And it has its charm, but it's crazy if you think about it and how we do it today. And if I want to sound Fat Man, I have to use these 3 numbers, the MSB, LSB, and the program chain number. And one extra difficulty here is, MIDI, sometimes it's from 0 to 127, sometimes it's from 1 to 128. That's one of the greatest things about MIDI. So the Digitakt doesn't go to 0, or maybe you can change it, I don't know. So I always have to have one more here. So Fat Man is 0, that means 1. 113, that means 114. And 87, that means 88. And now on channel 5. And I can okay, now I will try to create some music with this. It's dark outside, but that doesn't mean that it took me hours to come up with a pattern. I recorded this before and did not record the audio, so here we go again. Here's my little jam. Here's what I came up with. All the sounds coming from the DJX. The Digitakt is just a very capable MIDI sequencer. Here we go. I especially like the last part, this arpeggiator or this sequenced plucky sound. But I think a lot of the magic lies in the Digitakt here, because you can really bring it to life with, like, of course there's the sequence, and but the LFO can also modulate MIDI values. So I have one setup to change the cutoff frequency and the panorama, and then you also have the stereo delay from the DJX, and then you get this really. So that's it. Final words. Yamaha DJX, is it a toy? Kind of. Is it fun? Yes, it is. So can you use it to make serious music? If you want to, definitely. But is it a great synth? So in the end, especially when I combine these two, I don't know if I will do this in the future ever again, but I think I should, because this is something that can lead to ideas and to inspiration which you wouldn't come up with if you would just click on your mouse in Ableton. So that's always a good thing. So yeah. See you next time. You should maybe like this video and follow the channel. That would mean a lot.